Lasting Conversations. Wow. Wow. Happy Valentine's week when this airs. Valentine's, February 14th, whatever you want to call it. It is about love and love within ourselves and love through our fellow community. Now, one of the reasons I was just saying wow is as I was sitting here preparing, I got this unbelievable wave of love. And I'm thinking, oh man, I really wish I had one or more of my crystal singing bowls because the very harmonics are singing right now. So let's start with this right here. And on the back of this card that I was gifted this card a few months ago as I was setting out to go traveling and leaving things behind and setting out on a new adventure. And all of this ties together because as the year of the snake and all of the collective things that are happening, we are shedding old, stepping into new. And I know I've talked about toggle points and transitions right now for all of us in so many ways. So here are some anchor points. So this card given to me by a friend as I was leaving is always the reminder that there is love. And it says, this is the love card. You are holding this card because you are loved. It delivers a powerful energy of love and self-love. Hold it tight. Take 3 deep breaths and feel the love. And then, when also given away, you give the gift of love to another. Now, this is printed by thelovecard.org. So props to these folks that are sharing their love so that we can reach one, each one reach one. So here we are in this session, in this season. For some of us, it's winter. It's been snowing here in New England, and there's going to be more snow and ice storms across this country in the United States. And maybe where you are, if you are down under, it's summertime, and you might be having summer winds. We're having wintry winds. In Africa, you could be having dusty winds. Wherever you are, if you were in the Asian countries, you could be having jungly winds. Wherever you are on this planet, there are winds of change. There are cool breezes. There are warm breezes. And I'm going to circle back into lasting conversations. Right now, as there's so much that is moving and shifting in these tides and in these windy days, the messaging and the purpose of this very show and this content, and really why I'm here, is that lasting conversations is a soft place to land in a sea of loud. So going back to the reminder of cards like this is where during times of, if you are meant to be out sharing your voice on the streets with lots of people because you're feeling anger, you're feeling all kinds of ways, and you want to stand up to bullies, you want to be voicing yourself, always remember your heart, if it's coming from a place of heart. While we are in kind of, it feels like a rebellious time, we're finding voices, we need to speak out and say a whole bunch of things to evoke change, to help in this re-evolutionizing time that is happening. Always remember that you get to rest, you get to stop and pause and come back to your breath and do something fun. So for me, I've been traveling. Traveling is very exciting. It can also be disconcerting at times. Sometimes you don't know where you're staying from one place to the next. And so I like to pause. I do have a book that I can read. I have beautiful mentors that I can turn to, and thank goodness for my friends along the way that I can reach out and talk to. But one of my favorite things to do is to color. And to be honest, I color. Oh, here it is in the camera for you watching on YouTube. I love to color because that is a beautiful outlet, and that is part of my Zen moment. And I will admit that I'm not the best of journaling with words. And so many people journaling and getting all those words on paper, that is their gift and that is their go to. For me, my two right now, between the coloring and then my photos. So in all my travels, my what would capture my attention in moments along the way are all on my camera. And that has been my photo journal, if you will. And that warms my heart because then I can see and I can remember beautiful moments and the spirit in which things were happening. So for you, how do you enjoy finding the spirit of what's happening? Is it photography? Is it journaling? Is it curling up with a good book? Is it playing with children? I'll always go back to the kids and the elders because some beautiful quiet moments with somebody else, heart to heart and soul to soul. That's what a lot of the drumbeat is to remember these stillness times and these human to human times. So right now, in this week where we're celebrating love in all of its facets, these are the invitations to play. And also, if you do feel called to say a few things, say them, coming from a place of honesty and heart. Now, right now, I know that I'll go back to many changes and also know that there are so many beings here that are literally surrounding us with this joy, with the support for knowing, again, this too shall pass. The tides are turning in bigger ways than we could ever imagine. So right now, remember, this is the heart, this is the love. Stay there. Get to that still place where there's no thing. I learned something very interesting as a reframing, as a matter of fact. One of the Beatles songs, Across the Universe. Nothing's going to change my world. Now, what I heard on somebody else's podcast was this reframing of, oh, it's not that nothing's going to change my world. It's that notion of no thing. With the meditations and the time in the 60s that they were meditating and expanding their horizons mentally, spiritually, physically. When you get to that where there's no thing, some call it a bliss state or ananda, where that's where everything happens. And the quantum physicians know that, where the very essence of everything happens in these still points. So nothing across the universe, no thing is going to change my world. That is how important these days are, because everything is changing in our world, in all of our worlds, collectively and personally. That's why when you can find your happy spot, feel all your feels, not a bliss band-aid, not a bliss bubble, but understand that you can reframe and get to this and get to joy when you can step out of what you think you're seeing. That's why, again, the messaging keeps coming in. These days shall pass. And whatever happens is unfolding. So choose what you want to feed. For me, although I will say that I have fearful spaces, and that is human. Choose our human within these broader times here. Because it's okay to have all of our feelings, and I'm seeing a disco ball. All of our facets are true and valid. have a pause, take a breath, have a smile, look at yourself in the mirror and say, catch yourself. What does your face look like? I've done that and I go, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was looking quite so serious or my lips were pursing. But catch yourself with a smile or put on a smile. Energetically, that can change everything and reframe. So, right now, as we're all leaping into something new, something more, I said it last week, to thine own self be true. And that's the fun part. All right, everybody. I'm going to say once again, happy day, happy day, happy day. This is Heather Lockett with Lasting Conversations, sharing the love, receiving the love, asking you to share the love, some call to action. Let's share this episode and more so we can keep the ripple effect going, keep the ripple effect going. Right now, I'm in over umpteen countries and continents and cities, and we'll get back to that in a different type of an episode. But let's continue the ripple effect around the world, because love is love is love is love is love. And all you need is love, quoting a certain band that we know. Okay, everybody. Ciao for now. Take care.